everyone, welcome back to Vows Wedding Talks, where we talk about love, life, and everything in between. Today's episode is something that I've been looking forward for a while because weddings and fashion have evolved so much in the last few years. Bridal wear is no longer just a tradition. It's become a form of personal expression and storytelling. And me recentగా ఒక తెలుగు వెడ్డింగ్ అటెండ్ అయ్యి ఉంటే there are high chances that you've seen his work whether మీరు రియలైజ్ అయినా అవ్వకపోయినా. Joining us today is Varun Chakilam, one of the most sought after bridal couture designers in the country. We're talking bridal fashion, groom styling, especially changing wedding trends, and the realities of running a design house, and a lot of chaos that happens behind the scenes.
It's such a rush. This is more than a crush. Got me feeling so luxe. I think you're gonna love it, like I love it, love it.
Varun, we are so happy to have you here. Hello, Varun.
How are you?
How are you?
All
Formally, how are
yes,
you?
I'm all good, and you've made me feel extremely comfortable.
Are you comfortable?
Extremely, like over comfortable. Yeah,
Well, I think it's the first time we are sitting at peace and talking, Gada.
exactly. Always in that
Yeah.
hassle of running, and you know how it works. That's
I
how. Yes.
know. I think I'm the one who always call you in the last moment and like, Varun, can you please do this? Can you please do
Anytime. I love the kind of work you do. The kind of I'm very confident about the output that you deliver.
Thank you so much.
For your grooms or for your brides or for your artists or anybody. So even we are very excited that okay, we are doing something with Vows.
Thank you so much.
That's
Thank
the
you
thing.
for all. Sorry for all the torture that I've put always.
Anytime. Love to go under that pressure. So it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today, we'll keep it very casual. But I'm not going to, bombard you with a lot of questions and
Okay.
formal గా ఎలాగో లేదు. మన
Mhm.
మామూలుగా when we sit and eat ఎలా మాట్లాడుకుందాం, we'll keep it that way only.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I know what Varun is right now.
Mhm.
But ఎలా వచ్చాడు, ఎక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అయ్యాడు, and we'll keep it a little fun stories also. I want to know a lot of stories from your end.
Insight.
Yeah,
Okay.
insights. Back in,
Mhm.
I know
How it
ఎన్ని
is.
మనకి we have a lot of
Mhm.
stories. అప్పుడు almost
Mhm.
mini heart attack వచ్చినా కూడా I think తర్వాత
You put
this
out
is the time
yourself
that we sit
a very
and then
chill and
yeah, chill and laugh
composed
about
way.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, how did Varun start? I think you started really early, kada. I think
I
when you
think
were 17. Yeah.
17. So I think it all began in 2013. So I was in my second year of engineering. Okay, there was this friend of mine who was into theater arts.
Okay.
So he was making costumes for this one particular play. So he was making like around 100 outfits or something. He
Oh.
needed help.
Okay.
So he knew that I had a natural inclination towards arts and creativity.
What were you doing, Apudu?
I was in my second year of engineering.
Engineering.
I did not
Oh.
everybody knows, but I did computer sciences.
Wow.
Not that I know much about
Where did all the
coding and
coding
all
go?
of this. But yeah, I was in my second year of engineering, and
Okay.
then he called me up saying that you want to do something in fashion, right? Why don't you come help me out?
Hmm.
I had no idea. I had no idea of what fabrics looked like also. Like what,
Okay.
like, you know, you kind of distinguish between a chiffon or a georgette. I had no
Right.
idea about
Right.
embroidery is nothing.
Huh.
So, but in the process of how we've got those sketches to the final outputs of how final pieces,
Uh-huh.
I've thoroughly enjoyed the process. And by the end of it, I have taken a decision that, you know what, I want to do something in this field of
Oh.
fashion and design.
Okay. After that particular event.
After that particular event.
Wow.
So it
Okay.
was a learning for me. That
Mm.
whole journey was a learning experience, and I
Mm.
thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, that's how the design thing
Right.
started for me.
Because most of us don't even know
What-
what to do at
Exactly.
17 and it's too early.
It's too early. That's the reason I've taken up engineering. You know, in
Right.
fact, one advice for a lot of, because it's too early, I feel.
Right.
So when you're choosing streams, I thought all my friends were taking up engineering. All of them were into computer sciences. So I also thought I'll be a computer sciences engineer. I had no clue that okay, this is what my calling was. This is what
Oh.
I wanted to do. I had no idea, but finally I've ended up
Okay.
there.
So by then, that end of the show, you were sure that
I was
fashion
sure
was,
that
you think?
fashion was my thing.
Oh.
But you know, at home, you know how it is situation. Like I'm in my second year of engineering, and none of my parents or anybody would have been a dropout kid in the family. There were no dropouts in the family. If I
Okay.
go tell them that you know I want to choose a career,
Belt.
I was like definitely Kali So I was sure of it
Okay.
that okay. But I did tell them.
Mm.
They were like, you finish your course, get the degree, get your engineering, be a graduate,
Right.
and then let's talk about it. They were
Okay.
very confused. What am I doing? This guy was supposed to sit and code and do all these things.
Uh-huh.
I was taking fabrics home. I was taking threads and all the beads, and I was just seeing what it is and all. They didn't understand.
Right.
My mom has been an ardent supporter of
Oh,
my
wow.
work.
Mm.
You know, my dad was a very confused person. I was like, okay, what is he doing? Is it right or not? But
Mm.
ultimately, they wanted me to do anything that
Okay.
makes me feel happy.
Okay.
So that was definitely there, but they were very confused.
Right.
So the engineering happened, And then I thought, this is the time where I brush up my skills technically also. So I've
Mm.
taken up a course in NIFT.
Wow.
So it
At
was a
17 only.
no, that was 19, post my engineering,
Okay,
during
పెద్ద
the,
difference ఏం
yeah.
లేదు.
So our time, I think when I was finishing my course, I think fourth year of engineering,
Okay.
I've taken up this course in NIFT. It was a diploma in design.
Okay.
So it used to be like 4 to 8 were the timings of the, college.
Mm.
So I used to do it. I can proudly say I know more in my, what I've learned in my diploma degree
Uh-huh.
than the coding and computer sciences.
Okay.
So yeah, it happened. And I had two choices. Either I go abroad, do a course in fashion,
Mm-hmm.
or start up my own thing, my own
Okay.
label.
Okay.
I was very clear that I wanted to do something in Indian fashion,
Okay.
occasion wear thing. I wanted
How
to do
did you
like,
get so much clarity at
but maybe I was
17,
seeing a lot,
19?
I
Okay.
was seeing a lot of it. And then I was sure that I wanted to start an occasion wear label.
Okay.
So when you have to start something, you need to have a little idea of how the commerce works
Right.
and how the design process works.
Right.
So to brush up my thing in the commerce side, I did work with a multi-designer store for a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
So that gave me a lot of exposure. So you
Hmm.
had the biggest brands in India selling
Mm-hmm.
under one roof. It was a
Okay.
multi-designer store. So there I had a pretty good idea of how the business of fashion works.
Okay.
And then after that, I thought, what, this is nice, but
Mhm.
then where is the design process?
Right.
How do I understand and how do I, learn this one? So
Mm-hmm.
then I assisted a designer
Okay.
here in Hyderabad itself. She's one of the top designers in the country now. So yeah, so 1 year of that learning was also there. And post that, somehow I felt like, I think this is the time I start up and understand how my label is going to shape up
Okay.
that way.
That's so nice.
Mm,
I mean, this is really an inspiration because when
mm,
Sidhu also
mm, mm,
he
mm.
also started around
I know.
17ish. I'm like, were you
No,
guys
it's
not
always
chilling?
lovely to meet creative people, because I think they're always passionate to do
Yeah.
something, and that's what during those engineering days. Either you were done with your college at around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Ha, ha, ha.
Post that, what do? You go chill with your friends and all of it.
Yeah.
During that time, I wanted to like do something here,
That's
so I
so
had a lot of free time
right,
maybe.
right, right.
So I wanted to do all of these things. So yeah.
It's amazing that you've got your clarity and then you
Mm,
found your
mm,
calling and then that's what it feels so nice when Sidhu also tells me I'm like
mm,
17 లో మీకు ఆ క్లారిటీ ఎలా
mm,
వచ్చింది
mm, mm, mm,
ఇంట్లో
mm.
అసలు బెల్ట్లు తీయకుండా how
No, I
did you
think
guys
at home
manage?
people were very supportive.
That's
Maybe it
so
was a little
good.
traumatic for them, because how
Yeah.
will my kid, succeed in life or
Right, right.
all of those? But I think that pressure was not that much
Right.
for me,
I
at
think
least.
ఆ టైంలో
Hmm.
జనరల్గా మోర్ దెన్ ఫాదర్స్ ఐ థింక్ మామ్స్ ఆర్
Are
వెరీ
very supportive. For
సపోర్టివ్
sons,
కదా
at least moms are
యా
extremely supportive.
for Sidhu also like that
It's the
only
same, is it?
yeah
Lovely.
I think
Hmm.
was extremely supportive
Hmm.
and then
Hmm.
they sold the ఒక
Hmm.
బైక్ ఏదో
Hmm.
కొనుక్కుని
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
sorry అమ్మేసి they got the first camera
Oh
and
wow.
Ataya
Hmm.
used to give all her pocket money whatever she
Hmm.
saved
Hmm.
every
Hmm.
penny and then buy him something
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Hmm.
mean
Hmm.
yeah
Hmm.
it's so cool
Very
I think
nice.
dads are కొంచెం pressure లో
Yeah,
ఉంటారు
I
ఆ
think they
టైంలో
need to be a little strict, or else
true
we'll
yeah
be too
yeah yeah
reluctant of
yeah
everything and anything. So maybe that's how
nice
it is.
nice
Yeah.
so from NIFT తర్వాత
Hmm.
when did Varun Chakilam started? Like
I think
how?
2017 to 18
Uh-huh.
was my first year,
Okay.
of running the label. I thought it's very easy.
Hmm.
Initially you see a lot of things on Instagram
Right, right.
and a lot of things on social media. For me, I thought the moment I start, everything is going to be glorious enough.
Mm.
But that is not the thing.
Okay.
So there is so much effort and there's so much of hard work, dedication that needs to be put in any field.
True.
So
Mm.
we started, and I started doing small expos here and there.
Mm.
All these bridal expos had little clientele, and we started building the brand that way.
Okay.
And then comes 2018. So there's this NGO called Teach for Change.
Okay.
Okay, so it's run by Lakmé
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Chaitanya MRSK. So in fact, they came to me and they were like, that's the first time their module was a little different. They wanted to take up a budding designer.
Okay.
So if you see their entire list of designers, they were all like very established designers. But
Okay.
that particular show, they wanted somebody who was fresh, who was young,
Mm.
and who wanted to do something different.
Okay.
So this came in place, and I was like, why not?
Okay.
That's my first golden opportunity. Let me showcase it.
It is.
So when I had a meeting with them, they were like, our women's wear designer is already fixed.
Okay.
We've locked a women's wear designer. We wanted somebody to do a menswear collection
Oh.
or to showcase menswear collection.
Okay.
So, but I was doing women's wear. I
Mm.
was a proper women's wear designer. I didn't know much of menswear because I just started. It's just like 1 year.
Right.
Somehow Chaitanya had this thing to convince me
Mm.
that okay, you can do it. And somehow I did the show, and we had like Vijay Deverakonda, who is I think I can call him lucky enough now that I've been 9 years old in the industry.
Yes.
So he was my first
Oh
showstopper.
wow.
And the show was a massive hit. We
Mhm.
showcased in the Heritage Falaknuma Palace.
Okay.
So it was a lovely show. The show happened, and post show, I had all these lot of clients, taking up these pictures. We dressed
Mm.
up like 15 to 20 Tollywood actors.
Okay.
They've all come up.
Only men ikkada.
Only
Idi.
men because
Okay.
it's only
Mm.
menswear. So I had a lot of clients taking these pictures
Oh.
and coming to me. We had a small setup. Okay, it was just like in my house itself. We had an empty flat,
Mm.
so we had a proper setup there in
Mm.
Somajiguda.
Mm.
So we've kind of had these people who came up with those pictures that, you know what, I need this outfit for my sangeet, for my reception. It was a very different line. If you see those
Okay.
pictures also, we did a lot of French drapes, a lot
Oh.
of quilting. It was very minimal
Okay.
because menswear was back then was quite minimal and all
minimal,
of that 9 years before. But we played around with drapes and all of that. People came with those pictures and, they were like, I want this outfit. The
Okay.
entire collection was sold out.
Oh wow.
So that was I had an immense response for that particular collection.
Was it
And
your
today,
first show?
that was my first show.
First ever show.
First show, and
Wow.
I was very excited.
Okay.
The first runway show and doing it with these
Right.
actors
Yeah. Yeah.
was like a massive thing for me also. So
Mm.
it was a very good show for me. And then post that, it was a successful show because everything was sold out.
Yes.
So I can call it officially very successful.
Okay.
So that happened to me.
Nice. Nice.
Mm.
So that's where
Yeah.
అక్కడి నుంచి వరుణ్ ఇక్కడ దాకా వచ్చాడు.
Yeah. So that was the first show, 2018.
Okay.
And then 2020 was my debut at the Lakmé Fashion Week.
That was in Mumbai.
That was in Mumbai. Yeah.
Mumbai.
Mm.
Okay.
So I still remember. I think I remember the date also because it's Valentine's Day.
Feb
So
14th.
Feb 14th. Feb 14th was the
Okay.
day, my first Lakmé show.
Okay.
And then we had Malaika Arora. We
Wow.
made this beautiful reddish maroon outfit for her.
Oh, I
She-
remember that. I
yeah.
remember that.
So
Yeah.
she had roses. And she
Yes.
walked the ramp. It was so surreal. It was like
Wow.
beautiful. So the show happened in 2020,
Okay.
Feb 14.
Okay.
And 21st, you know what has happened.
Lockdown.
Lockdown has started. We had no clue. We had planned so much.
Uh-huh.
We thought we'll do these promos in this particular store in Bombay. We had one store tied up in London. Multiple things happened because
Okay.
a lot of origins have expanded for us post Lakmé,
Okay.
the kind of exposure they give
Right.
you.
Right.
So we had multiple plans and everything has come to a halt. Yes. So, but whatever we've realized, we didn't know how it's going to be post pandemic, but
Huh.
it was a super rush. You know, right? So whenever I
is,
think
yeah.
post lockdown and all of that,
I think the
uh,
first 1-2 months was heavy for us. Then
yes.
tarvata
After that, like a lot of work. People
lot of
wanted.
work.
People who didn't want to get married also wanted to get
exactly,
married.
exactly. The same thing
So,
happened with us
you,
also.
I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
So many weddings.
Right.
Throughout the year, there were weddings.
అసలు
it was
COVID
good that
లో
you had a
ఉన్న
break.
weddings I don't think we've ever
had.
done.
Ever had.
Yeah.
So that's how we've, I think, managed. We could pull off. We were functioning with a very limited,
Right.
staff and all of that. But somehow it was
Hmm.
decent for us.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's your next upcoming
So I think this is the 9th year. 10th year, we want to do something massive. We haven't still planned. So
Congratulations.
it'll be like
10 years
years of the label.
Wow.
So pretty much we are in the plans of doing things, but we haven't planned anything as such. But we want to do something that's
Right.
massive, definitely. Yeah.
Right. So how did wedding come into picture? Like I think you said you mentioned that you initially started with the fashion expos
Yes.
and everything kada.
Mhm.
అక్కడి
See,
నుంచి
it was very
completely
clear. I always wanted to be part of celebrations.
Oh, you wanted, you were
Always
clear.
wanted to be part
Oh,
of the
okay.
bride's big day, the groom's big day. So it was always there.
Mm.
For us, it gives us so much of pleasure to like create outfits
Yeah.
for them, and they're wearing it on, and we see those pictures,
Uh-huh.
those beautiful canvases,
Right.
and it gives us immense happiness,
Mhm.
definitely, to see them wear, we're part of their journey.
Right.
That
So
way.
wedding was always
Always
the
a
in your
calling.
thing, yeah.
See, eventually it shifted. The brand started doing a lot of different things. So
Right.
when we started, it was like a proper wedding. But today we are known for our engagement looks, or we are known for our reception looks, because
Yeah.
the palette that we have is a very pastel palette, or we
Right.
do a lot of metallics.
Yeah.
So eventually we are segregated in that particular space
Mm.
where brides and grooms choose us for their sangeets or their receptions or their engagements. It's very classified.
True. Yeah.
So, I haven't planned this. Okay, I want to be in this particular thing, but the kind of work I do, maybe the kind
Right.
of, embroideries or kind of placements or anything that we work on,
Yeah.
maybe has put us in that space.
I think I also see a little bit of Hyderabadi touch in your design.
So
Remember we've
Hyderabad
done
is,
that
yeah.
heritage
Yes,
collection
yes,
also.
yes,
It was
yes, yes,
lovely.
yes. I remember you guys shooting one
Yes,
of my
yes,
campaigns.
yes,
I still
yes.
remember, I think Siddhu has shot it
Yeah.
in 5 minutes. Because we had some permission issues, if you
Permission
remember. The
issues
watchman
later.
was behind us.
Yeah.
He shot it on an iPhone
Right.
uh, in less than 5
I know, I
minutes, and
remember
it
this.
was phenomenal.
Yeah,
It was
came out
phenomenal. The
wonderful.
kind of output, you should play it.
Yeah.
Probably, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
The kind of video that has come out and
Yeah.
all. Yeah, very nice.
I think from Vows house Anni la last minute
Last
stress
moment.
lo
And he's very good with the phone photography
yeah,
also.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it's his favorite.
That's his favorite? Oh,
yes.
amazing.
I love
Nice.
that entire collection of having
Mhm.
this that heritage, our jewelry, kani, a
Everything,
rich
the
touch
way
of
the models
Hyderabadi thing.
walked and the twills and all of
Yeah,
those
yeah,
were
yeah.
amazing.
So you purposely do that? having a little bit of
So
Hyderabadi
definitely
architecture
Hyderabad
and
is
all.
very regal.
Mm-mm.
You have that very Nizami influence.
Yes.
So, that's in instinct. I feel like it comes out that way
Yeah.
because, we are all like very, larger than life. We are always
True.
in those kind
True.
of fields of making it look very extravagant and
Right.
very regal. So, yeah. So, pretty much maybe
So you do it on purpose.
little on purpose. We
Okay.
like that bling, that shine, and that
Mm-mm.
whole thing.
Mm.
So, maybe that's also for
Nice.
done with purpose.
Yeah. So coming to our Telugu weddings,
Hmm.
is fashion top for you, or weddings are top for you, or how is
See,
it for you?
coming to Telugu brides and the wedding thing also, you see, brides want to pick their Kanjeevarams.
Yeah,
Definitely,
it
they're
has a
very,
personality.
it
Weddings
has a
always have a
personality and they're
character,
very, very
personality.
sure of what they want to pick.
Right.
But again, there's so many events you see. Like, there's so much personalized thing also in the weddings. Like, I
Right.
see a lot of brides getting their beautiful lehengas made for their receptions, or go for sangeets. They want to pick their metallic colors, they want to do their corsets in a very
Mm.
different style and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But coming to wedding, they want to stick to their roots.
Yeah.
They want to be regal by picking up their beautiful Kanjivarams, getting very minimal and a nice embroidery done for it.
Mm-mm.
In fact, this reminds me of a bride. So, we did like so many outfits for her. She had like a 14 events
Okay.
throughout her wedding journey.
Okay.
So, in this whole process, so this is one event. So, for her muhurtam, she
Mm.
wanted to wear her red Kanjivaram sari of her mom.
Oh
That was
wow.
so personal. So she
Mm.
got it to me and she was like, Varun, can you revive it for me?
Oh
Because
wow.
it's almost 35 years
I
old.
know. Yeah.
35 years old sari, we have revived it, made a beautiful blouse, we've given her a red veil.
Okay.
It was stunning. It was
Wow.
so beautiful. So even brides, though they are modern,
Mm-hmm.
they still want to stick to their roots, do their thing in a very classic
Right.
and very
I
traditional
think
way.
that's changing also కదా.
Exactly.
ఒకప్పుడు
And
ఉన్నట్టు
they
now.
call it classic.
Yeah, exactly.
They call it
ఒకప్పుడు they
regal.
wanted to go by trend and all. I think now everything is going by the regal thing,
Exactly.
and then
Hmm.
people want to keep it classy, simple, more
Simple, classic, and
subtle.
very subtle.
Yeah.
They don't want to overdo it.
Yeah.
Even you see today's, tops and stuff also, what we do
Right.
for the sarees, they want to keep it very classy. They don't want to overdo it.
Yeah, true, true.
Because a personality of a bride should speak. It's not her garment or it's not her makeup or her jewelry that needs to speak more.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
It's the complete personality
Yeah.
that you're serving.
I think it's a perfect balance of keeping the
Yeah.
tradition and still
Sticking to
adding a
adding up that
character to the
modern
thing.
touch.
Yes.
That's regal for me.
Irrespective of how much ever we go with the trend,
Mhm.
the old classic thing, it's there. Like it never goes
100%.
out of
It can
style, no?
never go out of fashion.
Wow. So
Fashion is
what's the
always.
most experimental look that you've done, Varun?
See, these days brides want to be more effortless.
Mm.
Okay. So back then we used to give them those extravagant, huge skirts with
Lehengas
tons
the
and tons of cans and all of
yes.
that.
Huh.
Today I see the brides, so they want to do their modern tops, corsets, and all of that, but they want
Mm.
to keep it very classic and clean.
Wow.
They want to have fun.
Right.
This is what we see. This is the
అవును.
new thing that's
అవును.
changing. So they want to make it effortless.
Yeah. They want to dance
They
well.
want to
ఒకప్పుడు
dance. They want to
they
be
wanted
like
to look their lehenga really
hmm, hmm,
huge,
hmm.
big, and fancy. And
Yeah.
now they want to be very comfortable in their
Comfortable in their
outfit.
thing. And there's
Yeah.
another way to do it also. So there was this one bride who was like, I have two things.
Hmm.
One is this very traditional style of, a lot of, older crowd is going to be there. And, post that I want to we enter into a very techno scene.
Right.
How do we balance it?
Right.
And I don't think we'll have a lot of time to change, or I'm not sure of having two outfits.
True.
So what we did was we made a classic tube garment
Okay.
and we've given her a skirt. So it looks like a
Oh.
full embroidered, embellished, extravagant
So you
gown.
just added one.
Added one. After that,
Ah.
you remove that
Okay.
extravagant volume skirt and it's
Uh-huh.
a tube.
Okay.
So she had fun and I had like calls at 4 a.m. in the night saying, oh, you know what, you made my day. So, those are those,
Wow.
messages you'd want from people.
Yes,
That,
yes,
you've
yes.
made it. And
After
that
all the
gives-
hard work.
After all the hard
And-
work. And it feels like, yeah, you're doing the right
I
thing.
know.
Yeah.
Nice. Good. Love,
So these
love
things
from.
we play around. In fact, the brides and grooms
Mhm.
that we make outfits for, they give us a lot of, we learn so much in the process.
Right.
When you talk to them, they gives you some
I
ideas.
know. Yeah.
They make it look a little more,
More
special,
personalized, more special. Yes,
Exactly.
yes. I think that's all about it, Gada. Like how happy you
And we
want to
enjoy
see
it.
them on
We
a big
want those kind of
day.
people. We'll put in that little extra
Yeah.
effort. See, we will definitely make it look
Nice,
worth it.
but adding
So, but
value
if
and
they
character.
also add up a little more effort in telling what they want, nothing like it.
True. Yeah. So now I have a few questions. Quick, let's make it a little easy. Okay, chala flashback తెలుసుకుందాం. It's nice. So I want to ask you a few ins and out.
Okay.
What Varun thinks about them. Okay.
Please.
Matching couple outfits.
See, I'm never a fan of couples wearing identical outfit. We would have made
Okay.
a lot of for a lot of our grooms and brides, but see, I think when they do a lot of identical stuff, I don't think they're resonating their personality.
Right.
It's always nice to complement.
Okay.
So you play with contrast.
You love contrast.
Contrast, not very contrasting, but
Little
they
bit.
need to be like like complementing each other,
Right.
not completely identical.
Okay.
Yeah.
And velvet sherwanis for groups.
See, in India, if you see in the north,
Mhm.
especially Delhi and all, the winters are extremes.
Right.
So, in a winter wedding, definitely we can do velvets
Mm.
because it kind of makes it a little more warmer.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Winter weddings, velvet is still okay, but if in
Not.
summer somebody wants to wear that typical, you take a brown or a violet
Right.
color or a aubergine color, I'm not really into it.
Okay. Brides and neutrals.
Lovely. I think bridal wear is just not restricted to wearing
Any
reds
colors.
or those bright colors.
Right.
A bride with a beige wearing this beautiful ivory embroidery
Right.
with a veil or with a
Mm.
nice corset is like it's a
Love.
dream. Yeah.
Pastel themed weddings.
I do a lot of pastel colors.
Yeah,
I
I
think
know.
pastel playing is very
ఆ
safe also,
కలెక్షన్
I
మొత్తం
feel.
క్యాంపెయిన్ మొత్తం అదే కదా
We've made a lot of pastel,
Yeah.
we've dressed up a lot of pastel brides, especially morning weddings.
Right.
Or, you call it a golden hour.
Huh.
Just imagine pictures coming out so
Pastel
gracefully.
colors and golden
Every
hour
color of
shots
pastel
are
is so
so
beautiful.
I know.
Very safer also.
Yeah.
Cannot go wrong.
Yeah, cannot go wrong.
At
Definitely
all.
cannot go wrong.
At
Yeah,
all. It's
mornings
never
and
on the
pastels.
face.
A lot of people, I don't know, they pastels and evenings are better combination.
Mm,
I
mm.
personally love pastels in
Pastels are
morning.
always morning
In the morning
colors.
color, no? Yeah.
Evenings also because see they're ultimately decked up with a lot of embroidery,
Right.
a lot of bling, and a lot of ornamentation on it.
Right.
So they will look nice because it's reflection.
Hmm.
So it kind of works.
That's a yes for you.
Yeah.
Floral embroidery on menswear. Is it an in or out for
I
you?
think they can have fun. It's fine. It's fine. Why are we restricting flowers only to
Yes.
women?
Right.
We do a lot of geometric stuff,
Mhm.
but the whole idea of our menswear also, we do geometry with a touch of floral.
Okay, I can see
It's
what
more
you're
fun. This is not floral, but yeah, I
No,
would
no,
love to
geometry.
do a lot of geometry. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Veils and Telugu weddings.
See, I think a bride has always imagined herself to be a princess.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Let's
Okay. Is
celebrate
it in
her.
for you?
Yeah,
Layered pearl jewelry for men.
for men. Minimal layering of pearl jewelry is okay, but
Mhm.
having those big kundans
Yeah.
and uncuts on men, again, if they're neutrals, it's fine. If
Okay.
they're just speaking of one particular gemstone,
Mhm.
it's fine. But if you want to do like a lot of reds and greens, emeralds, rubies, and everything coming, I think kind of kills your whole attire and
chaotic,
whole
no?
look.
Yeah.
It's very hurting also for you to see. Yeah.
My next question is minimal groom looks. I think it's an in because of what you told now. I think it's an in for you. I'm going to
Yeah,
answer for
see,
that for you.
yeah. I think minimal, you keep it very modern,
Right.
fresh, play with a little of your silhouette. You're still under that whole category of keeping it minimal.
Coordinated family outfits.
Coordinated is fine.
Mhm.
They all work in certain theme. Like
Not
if they're doing a
matching.
matching, or everybody is wearing one particular color,
Yes.
I don't think it
Yeah.
speaks any personality.
In the same, I think in the same family,
Yeah,
కొంచెం
you
అటు
do
ఇటు
like you
is
play
still
around,
good,
play
no?
around
Yeah.
with colors, pick up 3-4 colors,
Yeah.
and then play around. Everybody is kind of coordinated.
Yeah.
The pictures will look lovely.
If
It
it's
looks
pastel,
so
maybe
coordinated.
light greens,
Yeah,
nude,
mints.
pista
You take
colors.
mints. You take onion pinks,
Hmm.
and you take like ice blues.
Yeah.
They look lovely.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Custom embroidery with personal stories.
100%.
It was
We've made a lot of it. See, when it's your journey and you
Right.
want us to make a small, tiny thing of your logos and,
Uh-huh.
your memories or something written, why not? It's very personalized.
Right.
Adding that personal touch, we love doing such stuff.
Nice. So
Yeah.
you've done a lot of them.
We've done a lot of it in men's sherwani. We just added up a small, logo of embroidery
Oh, of the
or
couple
their
logo.
dates.
Oh, okay.
Whenever they see it, they feel very nostalgic and very,
Yes.
personalized.
Right. Blacks and blues for grooms wear.
Blacks, you should do. Black is a lovely color. A lot of grooms'
I
mom
mean, blacks
hate
and blues
me.
only for grooms.
Only no.
Mhm.
Blacks and blues look lovely, but there's so many new colors.
Yeah.
Burgundies have taken the center
Burgundy is a
stage.
new thing, no?
Rust has taken.
Yeah.
Browns
True,
have
true.
taken. In fact, in our latest collection, we've introduced a brown.
Oh.
And we see a lot of groom who do not want to do blacks and blues because blacks and blues have always been there. They want to play around with metallics.
Now they want to play.
They
yeah.
want to
Now
play
the
around with
grooms do
metallics.
not want to go
They
with
don't want to do the blacks and
black
blue.
and
The new
red.
colors, definitely the brown.
I love how grooms are
Brown,
experimenting
yeah,
now.
they want to stand out.
I know.
They want to speak their personality,
Yeah.
and why not? So it's very interesting. Back then you had grooms who were just sticking to ivories and a lot of neutral colors.
Yes.
But today's groom wants to stand out.
Stand
He
out.
wants to be an extension. His groom wear is an extension of one's personality. So it's lovely seeing them explore, experiment
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
What you've told about the grooms is totally like what we relate also, because a couple of grooms ante it's only like that one or two
Ivories,
colors
those
and then
golds,
just
those
one,
beiges.
that's it.
Yeah.
And ippudu a lot of skincare collection, customizing,
Extremely, they're being so
detailing,
particular.
layering, everything is there so experimental and I love how grooms are styling their outfits
Mm.
when it comes to wedding. Mundaranta it was always koncham bride dominant
Dominated in
undedi,
thing was
but
there.
now I
Yeah.
love how grooms are exploring so many options in terms of designing and detailing.
Mm.
They're coming with new mood boards, Pinterest stuff, and all.
They
Like,
are so
how they
much
look and
aware.
everything.
They're doing their homework so right. They know what they
Exactly.
want.
I
They know
know.
the cut they want. And
True.
in fact, when we show somebody like, the similar kind of an outfit or a very simple kind, they're like, can we experiment?
Yeah.
That is the idea that we love. We
Yeah.
are all here to explore, try, and create some experimental stuff
Right.
also. So we see, I think groom's fashion has been the center stage now.
So
Back
true.
then, it used to be like, okay, it was there.
I know.
The bride, people were looking at, oh, what the bride is going to wear. Now, today, what is the groom going to wear?
Exactly. I'm
It's
yeah, ముందుకు నేను కూడా I'm like it's generally first comes
hmm,
the bride and then groom. Now the groom
it's the
wants to
other
shop
way.
first and
And
all.
the
What's
colors have
happening
been
with
so
them?
new. Colors have taken the center stage.
Yeah,
Metallics have come in play.
true.
Russ, aubergines,
Mm.
olives,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
still they're very masculine
True,
colors.
true.
And these colors, people are opting for these new age colors, and people want to like experiment. See, a lot of grooms are taking very personal care of what outfit they want to pick, what
Mm?
style they want to pick, what kind of embroidery they want.
Yes.
That has been the center stage pretty much.
What has happened to this groom? Saying to
I think
social
they've been
media
inspired by the
influencer,
brides, maybe.
brides, huh?
They've been very much in. See, brides, if you see bridal shopping, and they're pretty much aware. They've been dressing up for years now.
Exactly,
It
yeah,
was their
yeah.
smallest event to their biggest event or something. They've been
We're
dressing up.
always dressing up.
So, we see grooms the first time entering a design house
Yeah,
or second time entering a design space
true.
where it's all Greek and Latin for them.
Mm,
But still, they're doing their homework. Okay, this is for the Sangeet.
right.
This is for this particular occasion. Let's
Mm,
understand. They understand everything. They're very sorted in their heads. It's very
mm,
easy for
mm.
us to convince them also because they're doing their
Yeah.
homework right.
And they're so open to experimenting also,
Exactly.
Kada. They're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
sticking to this one thing.
Hmm.
They want to experiment so
They want to
much. They
be. They
want
don't
to
want to
new
do something
colors and
very.
everything.
So if you have like 4 to 5 events
Mm,
in a wedding festivity, so they kind of pick such different outfits. Every outfit needs to be different. So
mm,
they're very, very clear. You know what? This is something that we've done in a previous occasion or previous event. We
right,
want to try out something new, something fresh.
right,
So that whole thing of exploring, experimenting has been very much
right.
in.
We've like last 1 2 years, I think we've seen so many grooms experimenting. One of our recent groom,
Hmm.
Fridliyani,
Hmm, hmm,
what
hmm,
he wore
hmm,
for his Sangeet.
hmm.
I also
I think we made the outfit.
yeah, and you've made
Yeah,
for a couple shoot also,
exactly. Yeah,
Komo
yeah,
Lodi.
yeah. So that's what
And
this
groom's
particular
coming out of
groom.
the whites and blue
Huh,
tux.
huh,
Then
huh.
we
Yeah,
made him wear white.
lovely.
It looked so good.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh my
See, he knows
god!
it so well. Even this
Exactly.
particular guy, he knows it so well.
Yeah.
He's been very sure. I want to wear something that's more fun,
So true.
very playful. Because
Very
you
playful.
see the kind of outfit we've made
Yeah.
also. So when he was dancing, it was a very
I loved how it's
it
very
was a
old
drape.
style, Kani.
Yeah,
Very like
it was
those
very
loose
draped.
pants and everything.
Those Korean pants, they
Ah,
were so interesting, and he's
exactly.
taken that personal care of. He was very sure.
Yeah.
You know what? This is the color I want to do.
He did not play safe also.
He
He's
didn't
like,
play
I
safe.
don't want to
He
play
wanted to
safe. I want to look
experiment,
like a
and he
showstopper.
carried it so well.
Very well,
That's
very
about
well.
today's man.
Yes.
Like
So good.
it
Yeah,
was
so
so
good.
good. It was very
ఆ
experimental
టూ
choice.
లక్స్ మీరే చేశారు
Yeah,
కదా
that look
యా
we've done.
యా
So, but the groom was so sure. He knew what he wanted.
ఎస్
He knew, and he was like, he wanted something more fun, very experimental, and
that
he
was
did stand
full
out.
shocker for us. The
Lovely.
moment I saw him first picture
Hmm,
చూపించినప్పుడు
hmm, hmm,
I
hmm,
was very happy that he was experimenting,
hmm.
but I was also a little
Little
nervous
skeptical,
like
maybe. Yeah.
is it going to work
Hmm,
or no
hmm, hmm.
sangeet
He was so
dance
happy
ఇవన్నీ
because his fittings for the
Ex-
wedding outfit was posed that
so
he was
good.
like, we've nailed it. We've killed the look. I was like,
Yes,
wow,
Sangeet
amazing.
was a showstopper
Hmm,
and
hmm.
everybody were like wow groom's
No,
doing
that's
this
what,
kind of styling
it
is
was a very
lovely,
structured garment,
right?
but it had that vibe to like, have a very playful balance of
Yeah,
design.
yeah.
So it worked out very well for him.
I loved what you created for Hinduja also for the canon shoot.
Hmm, hmm,
It
hmm, hmm,
it
hmm.
was lovely.
The couple, when I met them,
Yeah.
I've literally complimented them, like, are you both like into the influencer? And they're like, no. But they're so perfect.
So
Like,
perfect. Love. It
the
was also a
pictures,
dreamy
you've done a
outfit. Yeah.
great job with the pictures.
Thank you.
The
Thank you
lighting,
so
the
much.
mood,
Yeah.
everything was so
So,
good.
I mean, yeah. See, okappudu for us also to when we shoot,
Hmm,
general ga bride is
hmm,
dominated, and then
hmm,
koncham bride oriented shots
hmm,
is
hmm,
groom's
hmm,
koncham venakala.
hmm.
I think last 1 2 years the
It's the
game
other
is
way.
changed. It's the
The
game
guys are
is
posing,
changed.
maybe the girls
Guys
are
are
like standing.
posing. We start taking pictures where the guys are in the foreground and
Hmm.
the brides are in the background. Koncham ala.
Oh, wow.
We've done
Hmm.
that.
No, I
It's
think
so
they're
good.
upfront right there. It's so
Yeah.
different right now. They're up for the
Yeah,
experimental
so true.
game.
So, do you think that ఈ men's fashion ఏదైతే ఉందో they're experimenting, it's lovely, but did it reach to the bridal level of fashion?
Not really, but it
Mm-hmm.
will soon be there.
Mm.
See, bridal fashion has gone into multi folds.
Yeah.
Like,
It's gone
there's
too
so
deep,
much,
no?
it's too deep,
Yeah.
and there's so many colors, so much of variety, so much of it. So even for us to ace a bridal look, it took us so many years.
Right.
Still we feel like you need to do little more, little more, little more,
Mm.
because the brides have been dressing up for so long,
Yeah.
and the brides know so much about.
Mm.
Grooms are there, but still I think it'll take a little more time. They're
Right.
right, they're there pretty much. Yeah.
So, how does your generally design process works? When you start your bridal
So
collection?
technically, like any collection of
Okay.
any ensemble you take, it takes 10 stages. 8 to 10 stages is a typical process. So we get this white fabric
First,
first.
irrespective of
It is
whatever.
anything, we get a white
Ah, okay.
fabric, and first it is more about to choose the fabric, selection of a fabric. Then it goes under 8 to 9 stages. So then it again goes to the pattern maker who makes the pattern for you. It goes to the dyeing
Oh.
department, where either we dye it, or it goes to printing. It goes to a place where the garment is printed, or where the fabric is printed, and then it goes to the ornamentation, where you kind of use like a machine to create like a machine embroidery or a computerized embroidery, or it directly goes to hand embroidery department,
Mhm.
then again to the stitching floor. Then the garment is made, and you have to embellish it, tack it, add those extra things. Then we do all of that, and then finally it goes to the packaging and the quality check. So typically a garment takes 8 to 9 stages.
Oh,
You see a white
that's the
fabric.
reason why all your designers take 45 days to dye.
45 days also sometimes is less, because
Really? Yeah.
sometimes we've made garments for people where it has taken 1,000 hours also.
Oh.
1,000 hours of an artisan working on a cart, making this
Mm-hmm.
whole canvas of embroidery.
Right.
Then it's on the garment,
So
then
you
you
had
fit it.
your this kind of department since day one, or how
Not
you?
really. That's what, when I started, it was very humble. The beginnings were very humble. I used to have like one tailor.
Okay.
Even before that, what I used to do, like the very initial days in my engineering days,
Right.
I used to go to Banjara Hills, pick up a fabric,
Mm-hmm.
go to Charminar, get it dyed,
Mm-hmm.
come back again to Jubilee Hills
Okay.
to give, it for the stitching or for the construction part of it. So one day, when I was coming back, I was like, what am I doing in life?
Okay.
Is it right or wrong? Because you have those
Right.
days, you have good
Right.
days, you have bad days. So you were like, what am I really doing? Like, is this all required? Because I see my friends happily, like, chilling and doing their thing and that part of time. And I was doing all of this. Is it required? It's not like somebody's asking you to do. I want
Right.
to do it for
Yes.
myself, to build my own brand or label or whatever. So I was like thinking, and then there was a huge traffic on the road. It was in Banjara Hills only. And
Mm-mm.
I see this massive designer store opening.
Okay.
Okay, there was this red carpet. The media was all over there, clicking pictures. I see these beautiful models, wearing
Mm.
those beautiful ensembles right there, giving interviews with the designer.
Okay.
I was like, this is my instinct. This is my calling. Every time, whenever I felt like, am I doing right? At least in my
Mm-mm.
journey of design, I think God was kind enough to show me the path or the way. So, it was, the instinct was right.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
So now you have like around 100.
Typically, yeah, we do have
Okay.
pretty much like 100 people working with us.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the team size for
Okay.
now, at
So
least.
how much time do you also generally take 30 to 45 days, or
30
how
to
is it?
40 days technically.
Okay.
It's easy because it's all a process. We want to give you an experience. So for a bride, when she walks in, we want to sit down with them, sit down with her, understand what she wants. We'll definitely tell you what today's trends are, what
Right.
the new age brides want to wear, and
Mm.
what do we have to offer for them.
Right.
And then we want to understand her personality also.
Right. Right.
Some brides like it to be very extravagant,
Very
very
bold.
dreamy, and all of that. Some brides want to be very effortless. They want to be very trendy, very
I think today's
effortless.
brides are more about being comfortable.
Comfort, effortless brides.
Yeah, no?
They want to wear something very beautiful, but
Yeah.
then they don't want this whole thing to carry this huge,
Because they're wearing
humongous
a designer
garments.
outfit doesn't mean
Yeah,
they want to
they
go
want to be.
all
So you
in.
see two kind of
Yeah.
brides. So we are up for doing for both of them.
Right.
We
Right.
would love to sit with them, understand what they want,
Uh-huh.
sketch something beautiful for them, and
Okay.
show them what we have to offer.
Right.
And then we call them for fittings, and they
Mm.
come for trials, and then we do those adjustments, and
Okay.
finally they pick their garment. So Bhargavi, I have a question for you. How different is today's bride
Mhm.
from the previous years of like 7 to 8 years before?
A lot of things have changed for good.
Okay.
So Okapuru, it's all about, I think, bold colors, strong colors. They want to be the. I think one thing that really changed is Okapuru, the bride wanted to be the bride, the center
Mm.
of thing. I mean, see, irrespective of what in the
How
crazy
much
outfit
ever she
వేసుకున్నా, whatever
wears
you
and
do,
all.
you're and eventually going to be the bride. You're going to be the showstopper.
Yeah.
Now the brides wants to kind of settle down and then
Mm.
ఉన్న palette లో
Mm.
కలిసిపోవడానికి is what they're preferring.
Mm.
I love how brides have become more styling conscious.
Mm.
ఒకప్పుడు
Mm.
how it would
Yeah.
be best decor choose
Mm.
చేసుకుంటారు, best
Mm.
outfit and best jewelry.
Today,
But
their
putting
look is so
exactly, but
consciously chosen.
exactly
The kind
ముందు
of
ఇప్పుడు
drape
అంత
they want.
లేదు.
You know, it's just not the outfit.
I
How
know.
they're draping it, how their hair needs to look, how their makeup needs to be.
Everything.
Everything has to be so well
Yeah.
put. That's when you ace the
And they
look.
want to add a story to that. They want to add a
Lovely.
little
Hmm.
personalization to that,
Hmm.
which
Hmm.
is really,
We've been a
really
huge fan
good.
of doing personalizing stuff.
Yeah.
Every bride, in fact, we ask few brides also, like, do you want something? And then they get excited and
Yeah.
they're like, yes, we want
And they
something so
want
personal.
us to kind of it's like on the from the day of shopping, Bhargavi, I'm going to shop this, and
Mm.
what do you think
How
of
about
it?
this
What do you think
colors?
of this
Because
palette? How do
colors
you
also play major role.
major role in
Mm.
the pictures? It's not about how much bling or how much
Mm.
bold or extravagant we're going,
Mhm,
but it's
mhm.
all about the palette that we're choosing.
Exactly.
And the
Mm.
picture low, it's all about
Your background
your
colors,
makeup, your
everything makes
background, your
lot of
outfit color.
sense.
So we
Yeah.
are very specific about. I
Mm.
torture her, right? I literally
But to give the best output,
yeah, ఒకప్పుడు
definitely.
only brides ఉండేది, but now
The grooms
it's
also.
also grooms.
Mm, mm.
I really touch them. Like, I want to know what you're wearing, what you're choosing, what colors are you going for, everything. And it's lovely that they keep us in loop for everything they choose
Yeah.
on a
That's the
good
reason you get
side.
those dreamy pictures.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
open
They
your
want.
Instagram like lovely. Everything's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
So, or on a negative side, negative another, but కొంచెం they coming they I think కొంచెం trends is playing a major role right
mm,
now.
okay.
Sometimes for
Mm,
a few
mm,
brides
mm.
where they kind of pick the trend as an inspiration.
And they want to do something very similar.
Yes, something
See, a
very
lot of pride.
similar.
That's what we say that, you know what, you need to speak your personality.
Yeah.
Because somebody is wearing something that's very different.
Right.
Maybe that might suit you.
And
That
also the
might not suit
Pinterest
you.
references kuda,
Mm,
what they
mm.
pick as reference doesn't match the reality.
Yeah.
I think the balance have to be.
Mm.
That's when I think it
So
will fall in
definitely,
place.
we kind of hear them out first.
True, true.
We kind of want to understand
Mm,
and then tell them, you know what, this is also something that you should try.
mm.
Once they try what we recommend, then they understand, you know what, you are right. You of choosing the right silhouette,
Right, right,
right
right.
style. Because not everything suits every personality. Everybody has
Mm,
different body types.
mm,
So you need to like play around. You need to understand, manipulate a little in terms of the silhouette, the style,
right.
for it to suit you in a certain way.
Mm.
So yeah.
Sometimes they కొంచెం ఈ పింట్రెస్ట్ వచ్చాక
Mm.
the reality versus I mean the
Mhm.
Pinterest versus reality game
Mm.
is also going a little strong. They want
Mm, mm,
it
mm,
to look as dreamy as the
mm.
Pinterest one, but reality లో అలా
I know it is
అవ్వట్లేదు.
not
Yeah, that's the
looking
thing.
that way.
But yeah, that's yeah. But in a way, it's good that a lot of brides are changing.
Mm.
And I love the fact that men's styling, men's
This
grooming,
has
and
been at the
everything
center
is
stage.
going to a next
Mm.
level. I'm super, super happy
So
about it.
recognizable,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
So, so
today's.
true. Yeah. Okay, we'll do a rapid fire.
Done.
Has a few set of questions.
Okay. Hmm.
Let's see designer and photography insights and perspectives here.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah. Bridal trend, keeping it very minimal and very classic. And yeah, I think they're very fun. They're doing a lot of fun stuff more
Right.
than doing very classic stuff. They're doing a lot of fun stuff. I think that's more in trend.
Yes. I think for me also, brides do not want any regular pictures right now.
Yeah.
They want the very
Very
blurry
playful,
pictures, very playful,
playful.
running
You know,
here,
I see
there, and
there's this
everything.
whole cocktail vibe
Yes.
where the lights have been played around,
Yes.
they're running around,
They
and there's
want to
some
do all
beautiful
that. No
music.
bride wants a
Yeah,
regular
yeah,
shot, the
yeah.
dreamy, nice shot. Nobody
Yes.
wants it. They
In
want so much
fact,
of
in
experiment.
fashion
Yes.
campaigns, we've been introducing that very
Oh.
playful mood.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it's getting onto the
that's the trend.
yeah,
Maybe
trend.
that's
Yeah,
the
it
present
is
trend.
actually
It is the
trending
trend.
because
Yeah,
people do not want perfect pictures.
exactly.
You know, koncham a little
That very
imperfect
natural
pictures are
stuff
something
is
that they
working out
want.
very
Yeah.
well. Very
And we
impromptu.
also, or we always say that, you know, when we make
Mm.
them pose a bit also,
Hmm.
unna time lo, it's the
You want
perfect
very
picture is
natural.
not really during the pose. It's
Oh,
either before or after.
after.
You know, when
Mm.
you get into the pose and then we're done with the pose, that's when
That's when the look
little,
comes out.
yeah. So I think for me, not going with the trend,
I think that's
not
defining
having a
their personality also.
regular
So
thing
maybe
is
that's the
something that I
trend
love.
for
Yeah.
us. I think too much of real stuff also. Maybe sometimes it's like, oh my God, what is this? It's too much.
Yeah.
You know, something there should always be a balance of
Right.
everything. That's
Yeah.
what I believe. And yeah, so
Yeah. For me also, it's
Hmm.
that and
too much of cheesy stuff, all of
I
that
think
is also
couple
like.
matching
Hmm.
outfits is one thing.
Oh,
I'm
that
like,
is
no,
something I
don't
don't
do
think you
it.
won't believe. I think from past couple of seasons, I don't think anybody is asking for it
Asking
also.
for
In
it.
fact, if the color is so different.
They
You
want to play
take like
different.
a
Yeah.
very different periwinkle blue, something very different.
Yeah, yeah.
Alanti colors చేసినప్పుడు కూడా
Yeah.
ఇంకా కలర్ ఆప్షన్స్ లేనప్పుడు where we say okay you want to do this particular color, then still the couple is like no, we'll
Yeah.
rather keep it very classic,
Yeah.
go for neutrals because neutrals will match.
If somebody
So
asks also, I'm like, no,
yeah,
inka chalu.
no, I
Same,
think it's two
matching outfits, we're
identical
like, done.
outfits 5
Yeah.
years before.
Done, yes.
The trend is never there, I
Yes.
guess,
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah. I think first it needs to be effortless, very comfortable. Second, they want something very regal and classic. They
Mhm.
want to stand out. They don't want to be like one among those audience. They
Okay.
definitely want to stand out. They want to be like different. Once they're wearing something very confident, and I'm
Mhm.
sure that's going to be viral for
Yes,
sure. Yeah.
yes, yes. I think my grooms is all about drama right now, and I
Yeah.
love how they're doing. I
Mm-hmm.
love the drama that they create. They want to wear something very
Fun
different,
and
fun
different.
for Sangeet. They want to cocktails unte. They want to play a lot with the geometry shapes and everything.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love the drama, and
They're putting in that
yes,
effort, that's
my grooms are
giving us
totally a
excitement
drama right
to
now,
do
and I
something
love it.
fresh and different for
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Okay.
When somebody comes to us and tell us they want this only, I'll tell them we have this only. We
Okay.
just have because
Okay.
see every piece that we make also
Uh-huh.
there's so much of R&D that
True.
goes
Yeah.
into it.
Mm.
We're already sure of how it's gonna look on you, what it's
Right.
gonna look on you. So for the bride, we do that. Homework, preparation, and
Mm-mm.
R&Ds and all, and we keep the piece ready. So when somebody comes with this picture, say that I want this only, then definitely we do suggest what we have, but I don't think we make the same to same
Yeah.
replica. We're not
I
there.
think మీకలా వర్కౌట్
Yeah.
అవుద్ది
Mhm.
బట్ మాకు ఇట్ డజంట్ వర్క్
They
అవుట్
want
దట్
this look and all of
no
that.
no అంటే see it's a product for you it's a
Hmm,
product
hmm,
if they want something
hmm.
you say that oh I only
I
want
have
this set I
this.
only have this you this
Yeah,
is
I
what you
have
can say
this. This is very similar
right
to what you're asking,
yeah
and the brides are also open with that
Mm.
idea because anything that makes them look, pretty or that makes them look confident, they are
right
open with that
yeah
idea to try that thing out
okay
also.
for us we
They
have
want. Do they come with these things that they want this particular pose and look and
not
this kind of?
pose kind of thing see
Hmm.
it's not I think it's not anymore about the poses and all it's
Hmm.
about the Pinterest references the
Or
mood
this
boards
mood that this is
they
how the look
have
needs
a
to be.
different vision of what they
Hmm.
want
Hmm.
but unfortunately not all the time the reality
Hmm.
is like that so
Okay.
it's like మనం ఇచ్చిన references ఒకలాగా ఉన్నాయి and then what's happening is different so
Hmm.
అలాంటి టైంలో obviously we'll panic but
Yeah,
I
the
think
lighting, a lot
we
of things play a
yeah
center
yeah a
stage.
lot of things
The
and we kind of slowly
place.
convince them
Hmm.
this is nice but this is what is happening here so
Yeah.
let's do
No,
something that
see,
works here
ultimately they want a better output, and
yes
somebody is able to give it. They are
I
definitely
think they're
convinced
happy
with
yeah
that.
yeah
They're
true
happy about.
yeah
Yeah. One styling mistake, see, shoes definitely, when they make, so, doing a lot of contrast stuff or doing
Mhm.
the same stuff also sometimes is very, it's like a gimmicky thing, is what I
Right.
feel. See, I feel the shoes need to be classic. Like your
Mm.
footwear needs to be
It's very
classic, very
important.
important.
Very important.
We don't want you
They're the
to
most
match the
ignored
head to toe
product
thing.
kada?
Yeah, see, a lot of pastel, for example, when the groom is doing a pastel thing,
Right.
we'd want to break it.
Hmm.
We want them to do a nice stand for them, like nice Oxfords. They give
Right.
a very formal and a classic touch.
Right.
We are not really okay to do the same color footwear, matching head to toe. That is somewhere where we see that,
Yeah.
it takes a little time to convince them. But yeah, so I think that's one mistake we see most of the grooms doing.
I would say it's a mistake, Kani.
Hmm.
As much as grooms are trying to explore, there are a few
I feel
grooms
your
who
footwear
still
needs
want
to, you
to.
need to break it.
Yeah.
You don't really have to, that's my opinion. But
Mm-mm.
sometimes when we matched it, it
Right.
looked brilliant also.
Yeah.
So that way.
So yeah, that's like I was saying. As much as grooms are wanting to experiment, I think there's a set of grooms who still want to play safe.
And
I wouldn't say,
accessories.
yeah, true.
Accessories, just because somebody has done a lot of accessories, you don't
Doesn't
have to
mean you
do
do
it
it.
because
Yeah.
your outfit, everything has to go hand in hand. When your outfit is a little minimal, then you play a lot with your jewelry or your accessories, and then that look will stand out. You're already wearing something very extravagant,
Hmm.
and then you play with a lot of jewelry and a lot of colors in the jewelry, and you do a very different footwear. It doesn't really work.
Yes.
Jewelry definitely is the trend for accessories.
Hmm.
Accessorizing is very much in trend for the menswear,
True.
for the grooms, but you need to know have a balance of it.
Balance of what? Yeah.
Yeah. I think definitely we would want to be in the creative space. See, brides or grooms, whoever comes, I don't think just because somebody has done something, they want to put themselves there and want to repeat it or do something. We want the brides and grooms to have fun in the process. It's more to do with
Yeah.
that. So I don't think people are very competitive. Definitely, they want to wear something better or different than what somebody has worn, or they will have
Their
certain
references.
criterias, but we want them to have fun. That's the thing. Yeah.
I think it's the competitive thing comes when trends come in place, but otherwise it's creative. I think the
Mhm.
trend is slowly changing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
They want to
it's
be
I think it's a
effortless,
balance of
happy,
both.
and then
Yeah.
I think sometimes family, I feel. I don't
Yes.
know, for me, it has been that way. The bride is so happy wearing whatever she
Yeah.
wants. The groom is so happy whatever
Happy.
way.
Yeah.
But somewhere, somebody in the family is not approved of this particular look.
Yes.
So, see, when a bride or a groom or anybody is choosing a certain attire, they choose it with a lot of consciousness.
Right.
Lot of consciousness. They know what's working out. They know about themselves. They know
Mm.
what they're able to carry in a confidence.
Right.
So they are very clear of it. They're very
Mm.
happy, but sometimes we see some of the family members not really approving of a
Yeah.
certain thing
Keep
for a certain
nagging
reason.
about it.
Sometimes I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
you need to understand
Yeah.
how this is coming out also.
Right.
So,
And
yeah.
for me also, it's the families because the bride is very happy with the pictures, the groom is extremely happy with the pictures, and then one day after a few months, we meet one atta or pinni or uncle or whatever. He comes and then says, "Na pictures leave asil mi dantlo."
Mm.
Maybe you did not
Oh,
you were not
they in the pictures. Okay,
proactive,
okay,
or
okay.
you were not
Ha, ha,
really
ha, ha, ha.
there in the happening space, or you were not really taking a part on
Mm.
in the events. అందుకని ఎక్కువ
No,
లేవేమో.
sometimes how for us,
Yeah.
when they're shopping for their trousseau and all of that, we have families coming in.
Mm.
See, I feel, when there are 7 people coming to choose one particular
You have
outfit,
seven
I know
different
it's a very
opinions.
important event. I know that you have thousands of crowd and everything. There's 7 different opinions.
Right.
What they feel for themselves, if they're
Mm.
trying to educate you about this particular look of yours, it's different.
Right.
From individual to individual, it is different.
Right.
So I would really suggest grooms and brides to take their time, plan, understand what they want,
Hmm.
what they're confident, what they're looking good in, rather than taking,
Multiple hundred
multiple
opinions on
opinions.
that.
It
Yeah.
will kind of complicate it. Your decision making kind of gets really
True.
scrutinized.
Yeah.
This is what I particularly feel. I think it's similar
It's similar to us
for
also.
you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
I know
Yes.
it's very important. It's your D-Day.
Yeah.
You cannot go wrong.
Yeah.
But then multiple opinions also will kind of complicate
Y-
your decision
You
making.
cannot be a chocolate to make
Yeah.
everybody happy.
Hmm.
So.
So it's fine. Yeah. I think outfit should be first. Definitely, you're giving us that time. See, for me, if you're picking up your jewelry, they need to be like classics, which would go with any of your outfit.
Mm.
Okay, so you pick up a certain jewelry or a certain accessory which has a certain color tone or a certain color story. Maybe or may not, it may not
Uh-huh.
work with your outfit. So you're seeing an entire canvas that is
Right.
placed on your body.
Right.
So you see your outfit more than the jewelry. I know jewelry is precious. It is definitely taken very seriously, but you should have a balance
Balance
of
of
both.
both. Yeah.
Maybe see few outfits, see a certain jewelry, plan the look, and
How
then kind of
I
choose
think
it.
that's where wedding
Stylists come in
stylist
picture.
come
They
in
will
picture.
definitely
Yeah.
help you choose.
True. Having a
So
stylist
you
is
need to have a
very, very
balance of
important to make
both.
everything look perfect
They
in a
make your
single
job
frame.
simpler.
True. Yeah.
But today, I see most of the brides know their thing.
Yeah.
See, if you're having a wedding next year or 1 year, you have the time. They have so much of your resources are so much available
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
you to understand what is in trend, what might work for you.
True.
See, back then we never really had all of these sources. Today, AI is so advanced.
Yeah.
Literally, we can put an outfit on a certain person or a
That's why
certain
we look at
client,
that.
and then with your
Yeah.
faces and show you, what, this is your look. It
Yes.
is
Yes.
so easy.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Our
so
brides
easy.
also get us, if you're
So
asking
few
about references
references,
and
this is
everything.
how they look.
Yes.
So I think it might not be so difficult for them to choose right
Mm.
now without a stylist also.
Yeah, that's
So yeah.
okay. For us, again, outfits, we always suggest
Mm.
outfit because we take a call on what colors they have to wear. We
Okay.
kind of change the whole game.
Maybe
Sometimes
sometimes
we
I
change
get,
the
okay,
entire game.
Bagvi has chosen this color, so we want this outfit. This particular color in the,
Yeah, because
yeah.
until sometimes when the bride wants to go very pastel, and I
Mhm.
think if we think that the
Maybe
wedding, this
it's
wedding
going to be a
needs,
little more washed out
yeah, we'll be like,
look.
no, you know what, just go for this, and then I
Mhm.
kind of change the entire game, and
Mhm.
it works.
No,
And we always
everything
suggest to have
goes hand
a
in hand. The
stylist
decor
there.
also
Yeah,
plays a lot of role.
everything. Yes, yes.
When you have a very deep color on your background and the same deep color you're wearing, it
Based
kind
on
of
the decor only, we
camouflages
kind of change the, if needed, we change the outfit
outfit
colors
color.
also. And I think brides are also very sweet. Brides and groom both are very, they're, I think, extremely open to
To
suggestions. They're not
experiment
like,
and
no, we want to,
do this, we
they're
want to
not
do
very
this.
rigid to
Yeah.
be,
Ultimately,
stuck to the
it's
same
about to make
colors. True.
everything look so
Yes, yes.
glamorous and good
End of the day, we're all for
for
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How to
So
make the best frame out of everything.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great craftsmanship any
Yeah.
day. So our artisans are celebrated.
Yeah.
The kind of art or the kind of craftsmanship India holds is not comparable.
Yeah.
So, definitely, more than your glamorous today's bride and groom want to know the story. what is the narrative behind what you're wearing or what craftsmanship is.
Yeah.
They give utmost important to
Mhm.
every technique, every detail of what they're wearing. So it's, definitely I feel the craftsmanship takes the
Craftsmanship any
center
day. Yeah.
stage.
I think for me also.
Yeah.
Yeah, since we're done with the rapid fire, thank you so much. It was lovely.
Thank you for
All that
having me
answers,
over
yeah.
and
And
making me feel so comfortable. Great hospitality. Huh? You need to start something in hospitality also.
oh, you did not eat
Yeah,
anything. Come
sometime you call
on.
me.
We wanted to have a nice food
Hmm.
setup, Varun.
Food.
Last episode,
Look,
ela
I'm
chesam
like
తెలుసా?
fine with a
We
lot of
had
food. Huh?
full food. తింటానే ఉండం, తింటానే. And this time also, we want like
No, I think
having,
yeah,
having you.
I had
Yeah,
good
we thought we'll
coffee.
have nice
Thank
food,
you.
but
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Vows Wedding Talks. If you have enjoyed this episode, do not forget to like, subscribe, and send this to that groom in your life who still thinks one beige sherwani is enough.